Okay. Everything set
I got a question, bro. My one of my Frenchies just chewed up on my MacBook cords. Which one would you say? Would it matter if I'm using my other laptop right now, or would you prefer me using like my MacBook for my trades?
What kind of laptop is it?
It's a Dell.
Um, I don't think I know with trading view it really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You could still pull it up. I take my actual trades. Paused. Why is my screen share paused? Okay. For my actual trades, I take on my phone, so I don't need the only reason we need the lap. Wait, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, bro.
Oh, okay. I don't know why you're. Oh, okay, there you go. You see my screen, right?
Yeah,
Okay. The only reason you need this screen is because it looks a lot clearer and it's a lot bigger. So it's a lot
got it.
better to see it versus on my phone or on our phone, it look like that.
Yeah, yeah. No, I got you,
So
brother.
I would rather see it. Yeah, go get pizza. Kaylin, get an eye pizza. I'm actually in this NAS 100 trade right now. I've been in it since Friday.
Oh wow.
And I'm waiting for it to on Monday for the markets to open back up. But MT4 is what I take all my trades on.
Okay, got you.
But I will switch over to MT5 only because it's newer. MT4 might go away or go out, and I don't want all my money stuck in MT4 when I see there's a new platform.
Yeah, yeah. No, I was looking to see that a lot of traders they're still using the MT4, but they're some of them are now starting to transition over to MT5. They're just saying that it kind of gets a little confusing because of the new setup, but once you get that down, I'm pretty sure it's gonna work like magic.
For sure, for sure. It's just something new. That's it.
Yeah, for
But
sure, brother.
money being made regardless.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, we got the MT4. So in order for you to understand the MT5, do you want to trade on MT5? Like is that what MT5 is you? Because I'm gonna send you a video of a better explanation on how MT5 works. Or I could send it to you how MT4 works.
I would say let's do the MT4 and then let's transition to MT5.
Okay. After our Zoom call, I'm gonna send you videos because the creators of MT4 and MT5 they have a way better explanation than me telling you, hey, this is NAS. Hold on. Hey, this is NAS 100. This is what this does. This instead of me doing that, explain it that way. I would rather you get a real professional way of how the creators made it, and they could tell you this is that, this is that, this is that. But
Yes.
I'm gonna bring you to the charge. Only because I don't
Okay.
want to confuse you off of me explaining their platform.
Got you.
Because
For sure.
all I've been doing, all I do is press buy and sell.
Yeah. No,
Buy and
for sure.
sell. When
Where
it
you
get
at right now, brother? You at 477?
yeah.
Damn.
I don't know if you can see it.
And that's off Nas 100?
Yeah.
Shit, that's nice, brother.
Yeah,
Is that all in a day for you?
yeah. But my
Oh,
normal, this
sick.
is my I can show you my whole okay, if you can see it.
Yeah, I got you.
This is the week.
Damn. Woo.
So that like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You take
Oh,
some L, but
you just did a whole month of someone else's work right there, brother.
I didn't even think of it like that. I'm just trying to pay bills. I'm just
Yeah, no, for sure.
yeah.
I feel like Forex is for sure, ahead of its game, and you're not stuck in the matrix with this, because when you're working a job, you're for sure stuck in a matrix, brother. You wasting all that precious time, you know.
Yeah, man. And I got kids and stuff, so it was a lot harder to go to work and come home and still take care of everything.
Yeah, I was actually watching your YouTube videos, brother. I was like, I was like, man, this guy's just like me, like you want something where you're gonna actually put your time in and get a good return rate on it, other than
That's
working a
it.
job and wasting your time, brother. And I appreciate you for even posting those YouTube videos because it actually opens up other people's minds that are so limited to, a routine that they're set up by they feel like they need to do something. It's like going to school. It's like a scam, bro. It's like you go to
Yeah.
school, you spend all that money, and then you get a job, and then you got to make that money's job to spend all that debt money back. It's just like it's like this pyramid scheme, and I'm not rocking with that lifestyle. So yeah, no, your YouTube videos were very much motivating, and I appreciate that.
Oh, I appreciate it, man. A lot of people tell me that I need to get back on. I must need to get back on the YouTube stuff.
Yeah, nah, bro, that's good.
Yeah, I haven't posted in a while, but the thing with YouTube, I just feel like, making money with Forex, it doesn't really force you to like do YouTube. Because, I don't make money YouTube. I don't do nothing. I just post the videos, you know what I mean? Just to
Yeah,
like, help people out, you know what I mean? I'm gonna start doing more YouTube videos because you're the fifth person this week that told me that they watch the YouTube videos and stuff. So I might as well help
yeah,
more
bro, you
people
got
out.
that personality, you got, the influence of everything. So, I feel like your page could really skyrocket off. All you got to do is just push it a little bit more,
Mhm.
and get more of those viewers to actually, gravitate onto you. So, you're right on there, brother. I feel like
Mhm.
you're next up in the YouTube game, brother. Keep pushing.
All right, appreciate it, man. Appreciate it, man.
Got
I'm
you.
gonna break this chart down for you. Let me know if
All
I'm
right.
going too fast. Uh, it's really just me. I want to make it. I don't want to give you too much. Because I don't want you to think, dang, it's something simple or dang, it's something this. It's really me cutting out the fluff. Because I can
Got
go
you.
all day. I can go all day talking about indicators, trend lines, this, that. Look at this, look at that. I want you to make it. You know what I mean? So
For
I'm gonna
sure.
cut out all the fluff, and it's gonna be like, oh shoot, dang, okay. Here, I'll show you.
Hell yeah.
I got you.
I got you, brother.
So basically, this is TradingView. Do you know about TradingView, Edley?
Yeah, for sure. I'm actually on it right now. Um, should I go ahead and make an account? Let me do this.
Oh, you could do that after our call.
All
Make
right,
an
for
account and
sure.
all that. Only because I want you set up. I want you to be able to literally, when we're done with this call, you're gonna be able to break a whole chart down.
All
That
right,
takes
got you.
people forever. That takes people, they lose money and everything. Let me show you how a simple way to break a chart down.
All right,
All right, so I'm gonna clear up all this, what I was working on. All right, so this is NAS 100. I'm just gonna do it on NAS because this is what I love to trade. It makes me money. I trade other things like gold. Let me show you what else I trade. I trade gold. There's Dogecoin, UJ, Bitcoin. You like Bitcoin? You into that stuff, XRP?
yeah, I do. But from my understanding, it's just growing at a high rate. So it's like, do you have to put in the low money on it, or do you put in like high money on it when you trade it?
XRP or Bitcoin?
Both.
For Bitcoin, so I'm not currently trading it now only because shit, who knows what Bitcoin doing? You know what I
I know,
mean?
bro. That thing
Like who knows?
skyrocketed.
Like I don't know. It's like a game to me. It's like I can watch the news, I can do this, but so I caught this is my last trade that I caught on Bitcoin, but it's really because I just used my system
Mhm.
and yeah, man, I don't know. Something about Bitcoin, man. I can go into a rabbit hole on that, but I just feel like a Bitcoin is something government related and they're able to push the agenda on what's going on in the world. And they got a bunch
Yep.
of people thinking about, oh, Bitcoin this, Bitcoin that, but they haven't released who's the owner or creator of Bitcoin. So I 100% think it's some type of either government or CIA, and they're able to push the agenda of their money. And a lot of the really, really wealthy people, there's so many in the world that are getting big now to where it's like there's only so many houses they can invest in. There's only so many mansions they can buy or so many penthouses in the sky and so much stocks and this and that, and to where billionaires got to park their money somewhere. I think they park it in Bitcoin, and they're able to manipulate the news and manipulate like what Bitcoin is going to go do, so they can drop the price and they can put all their billions in it and just skyrocket it up. It's not a game for people, low level people. It's strictly a billionaire game where they can hide
Yep.
their money. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, for sure. It for sure fluctuates. I feel like, it plays a lot on, the billionaires. Just like Elon Musk, he posts something, it goes up, posts
Hmm.
something, it goes down. So they for sure are fluctuating the market off of that sense. Yeah, I totally agree.
Then that's just my thought process. You know what I mean? Because it only makes sense that why hasn't the owner of Bitcoin showed their face? You know what I mean?
Exactly, bro.
Like that obviously means that if people knew who was running it, it wouldn't be Bitcoin. It wouldn't be what it is. They're hiding
Exactly.
for a reason. So
Yep.
I feel like there's some back end of it. But let me get you set up, bro.
All
Enough of
right.
my thoughts. All right, this is how you're gonna break a chart down. So right after we're done with this conversation, I'm gonna send you the recording. So we're on the daily time frame. If there's anything that I'm saying crazy or going too fast, please let me know. So we're
Got you,
on the
brother.
daily time frame. I come over
Hmm.
here and get my text. The only reason I have all my people get all my clients do the text box is because, which is over here, text box is because it helps break down the chart. You're not going to always have to do this, but just for the beginning, you will, only because so you're not knowing am I buying or selling. This
Got
cuts
you.
out am I buying or selling completely.
Okay.
So we're on the daily. Obviously, we see that we're in a buy. So we don't have to, zoom down and do all that. Obviously, red is sales, blue is buy. I'll just zoom on it so you can be a little bit more clear. And you get trending markets. Do you understand? So the reason I keep asking, do you know this or do you know that is because I have a lot of people that are beginners. I have a lot of people that are experts. So I got to know where.
So right now the chart's on an uptrend, right? Correct?
Correct, uptrend. And trending is going up, down, up, down,
Up,
up, down.
down, yeah. Correct.
Okay. Here, I'll even make it easier for you just for sakes. So if you ever want to know, what are we doing? I'm just doing this real fast just so you can see, just in case if you ever want to know to where it makes sense, to where if you're able to do this and you see like the support, this is support, this is support. Support is basically when the candlesticks come down and they hold on it and sit on it. Like,
Exactly.
yeah, just like this up here. Where it comes down and hits, that's support. Comes up, comes down, hits, that's support. It's just moving. It ain't breaking or nothing. This is obviously a buy because once it comes above here, it's still moving up. Moving up and
That's
up
our
and up.
resistance and our support, correct?
Resistance and support, correct. All right, so you do know a little something, something. So I could
Yes,
just go,
sir.
okay, all right. Let me just break this. Let me get, all right, you know something. All right. All right, so daily. We already see his daily buys.
Gotcha.
Buys.
I'm just gonna be taking notes while you're so just keep doing your thing. I'm not looking away in disrespect.
Oh no, you're good. You're good. You're good. I just got to know, like, I don't want to over talk or under talk. That's where
Gotcha.
I'm gonna do what I do, and then I'll talk after. So
All
let
right.
me just do my thing. All right, daily. I'm looking at it buys. Okay, cool. So now I'm gonna drop down to the 4 hour. Once I drop down to the 4 hour, I 100% see that we are still in buys right here.
Yep.
And another reason is because we found support right here. History repeats itself, and history tells a story. So always, if you're trying to figure something out, look at history and see what it's doing. So basically, why I'm not looking at sales over here is because we were on the daily and we saw big old buys. So there's no question of sales. We're not even thinking about sales. I'm gonna come down to my 4 hour, and I just want to see what is everything looking like. Everything's looking copacetic, but I 100% know we're not in sales because one, we didn't break over here. We didn't break this over here. So I'm not looking at sales, and the higher time frame is buys. We ain't even break over here. So if we didn't break these two lows, obviously we're in buys. And we've been in buys up here for so long, and you can go across and see that you have nothing but support. So there's no reason we should even be thinking about buys, talking about buys, looking at buys, or even trying to figure out what we're doing. So now I got you on the daily and the 4 hour, and you understand we're only on buys. So let me clear all this because I don't want us to get confused with all these lines. And I don't really like using too many like trend lines and all that stuff, but it helps visually.
Gotcha.
And I just been doing it so long to where it's just like I can just knock it out. All right.
Okay.
So back to, and I just got this laptop too, so I got to set up all my subscriptions back on my app, my laptop.
Okay.
All right. So now we're on the 30 minutes. I broke it down to the 30 minutes. The reason why I break it down to the 30 minutes is because I need it for my entry time frame. The reason I don't use anything under 30 minutes is because the 15-minute and the 5 minute is like scalping to me, and we don't want to be scalpers. This is something to where I make all my clients swing traders. And I know people like try to get away from, I don't want to hold trades or I don't want to do this. Not my clients, but just people in general on like Instagram and stuff because they want to make fast money, fast money. But the thing
Yep.
about scalping is you will lose and blow your count every time scalping because you're gonna make you'll put in some money. Let's just say it goes up 100 or 200 and you're thinking, dang, I made $500. I made $500 in 5 minutes. Let me do it again. That's when you blow it. So think about it when I don't know if you get ladder lotteries or scratch offs. If you go in the gas station, you got one of them scratch off, you scratch it off and it hit. It's a $20 ticket. It hit for 100. The first thing you're gonna do is let me buy another ticket.
Yeah.
The first thing you're gonna do, let me buy another ticket. So think of that as scalping. As soon as you scalp on the 5 minute, you make your money. The first thing you're gonna do, let me get back in the market. You will then you blew your money. You blew it. That's greedy. There's a million names for it. You're in the market too much. At that point, you're gambling. At that point, you're gambling. You know what I mean? There's a fine line of trading and then gambling. So like I could place my trades, and as you see, I'm holding my trade. That's skill. That's understanding where I'm at in the market. That's comfortable. Like, hey, this is money I bought right here. I bought right here. So the plan is to sell up here, or not sell, but close out my trade up here. Wherever it comes, I don't know where it's gonna be at Monday up here. I just know Monday I'm closing out, and the markets are closed right now. So
Hmm.
I just know that's where I'm at with it, and I know I'm gonna make money with it. So that's why I do it that way instead of scalping, because scalping you'll blow your account. So
Got it.
don't
So
ever
you
do
don't
it.
so it's only daily 4 hours, 30 minutes then.
That's all you need because once you get on the 15 minute, then you start. Oh, let me put buy. We obviously see it's a buy for the 30 minute. This is obviously we're on the 30 minute. That's a buy. So
Gotcha.
let's just take that out. You can so the lower the time frame you're going, all it is making the candlesticks more and more and more and giving it more and more definition. If you want a perfect entry, which there's no such thing as a perfect entry, and I'll tell you why. Me, you, banks, government, everybody, nobody can say this is the perfect entry because once you place your entry, you're gonna have a thing called drawdown. Nobody can get away from drawdown. You know what I mean? So if I put a buy in right here, if I put in a buy in right here, obviously these wicks, that'd be 24. These wicks right here is 24 points of drawdown. So nobody can get away from drawdown. I just want to get it out of your head of if you place your trades, well, how do I not get drawdown? This is trading. You know what I mean? This is the game of trading. You really don't know. Nobody knows. Nobody can because if somebody think about it, if you knew exactly where to place your trade, wouldn't you just be a billionaire? You know what I
Yep,
mean?
exactly.
You'll just be a
Yeah.
billionaire. You'll know exactly what to do. So
So in sense, basically, you could read the market, but you just can't read it 100%.
exactly. Or else anybody on the charts, banks, uh, you'd be a billionaire. It doesn't make
Yep.
sense. You'd be a billionaire. Because if I could say, oh, it's gonna go right there, then hell man, you over here making, then you will never lose. You'll never
Exactly.
lose. That
That's
doesn't
like
make
hitting the
sense.
lottery all the time.
Every see, exactly. So
Got you.
we did our daily buys, 4 hour buys, 30-minute buys. We broke all that down because we see their buys. I like that you know support and resistance because that's I use that support and resistance. So obviously we see this is support. Let me see exactly where my buy is so I can be even more. Let me check so I can even be. 23855, 23. Oh, so mine's lower than this. 238. I'm looking over here at these numbers. 855. So right here is where I took my buy. And this is I should have held it longer. I had a 238 right here. 23855. This is where I took my trade. This trade right here, this is where I took this one. I
Oh, that's okay.
I was in the buys right here. Now I had a bigger trade placed because this is only a 10 right here. So let me show you so you don't get confused. Oh, okay. So this is where I took my trade at. This is for the buy, and I'll show you why right here. Since we broke down the whole chart and we were able to see that it's all buys, this all here wasn't here. So, because obviously we're in a live chart, you know what I mean? It's I could sit here till Monday, but it's closed. So all
Yeah.
this isn't gonna move. This wasn't here. This none of this was here before I took my trade. What I did was I had to wait for it to come to this support. Now, how did I know we were buying? I just showed you the breakdown of what we did to break it down why we're buying.
Yep.
This is the support that I found, one right here, two right here, and we're not breaking down. Okay, I'm gonna get my rectangle and I'm gonna spring it all the way. Rectangle is this. Your tools over here. All you need is this rectangle, and all you need is that like a trend line just for lines. If it helps you see better.
Got you. Okay.
So since we did I did all this on Friday, buys, daily buys, 4 hour buys, 30-minute buys. All you need to look for is your support because support is where you buy. Resistance
Yep.
is where you sell. I would write that down, but I found out you know all that part, so I don't know how to write all that down.
No worries.
So since support is always buys, then that means I have to wait for these candlesticks to come down to the support. That's what you would do. That's what I would do. That's the only way I know that we're going to buy because I know we took off right here and I know we took off right here. So it only makes sense to wait right here, right?
Exactly.
So I'm not going to take no buys up here. I'm not taking no buys up here, and I'm not taking no buys up here. I only want to buy where the banks bought at. I only want to buy where retailers bought at. And I only want to buy where when government put their money in here, where they buy at. I don't want to go against the grain whatsoever. Basically, go against the grain, right? Like going against what people are doing. Like if the market makers are making money when they put a buy in right here, and they're making money when they put a buy in right here, then who am I with my $1,000? Who am I? You know what I mean? I'm
Exactly.
nobody. I'm a nobody. Anybody that's a retailer trader is a nobody. We're
Got
just
you.
making money in the billionaire game. We're making money in the millionaire game. So my low dollars or my 100 or my 1,000 will never move the market. We will never move the market so that ever think that because your trade did this or did that, it was going to do something. No.
Got you.
So I'm only going to do what is already showing, and I'm going to do what history repeats itself.
Yep.
Support right there. Obviously, we're going to bring it all the way over. And look, it tapped it. Tapped it right to the T.
Oh man, that's nice.
Now, I don't know any other way. I don't know any trading system. I don't know anything wild out there that I could think of that can get entries. Because remember I said you can never get the perfect entry. You can get
Mhm.
close, but you're not gonna get 100%. You know what I mean? But you can get close. This seems pretty close to me, and that's how I've been profitable. Trading for 7 years, profitable for 5 years, 2 years of doing the grind work of what is something that I can take away all these systems. I mean, strategies. Because people
Yeah.
got some strategies that I've seen, and I'd be like, y'all came up with that. Like, There's
Yeah,
obviously
those people's strategies, bro. I would have to say that it's confusing, bro. And I like your concept of things. You make it simplex, you know. You avoid all that confusion.
exactly. And that's what I try to explain to people because bro, I'll be honest with you, I can go 7 years. I know every single thing about TradingView. So I could literally just be sitting here all day and playing with all this on a Zoom call with people. Just going through all this stuff, showing all this weird, you know what I mean? All this weird stuff, bro. I show everybody you don't need none of that. You don't even need this line. Bro, I'll break this thing down. Let me show you something so you'll really be set. You'll really be set. I got you. You'll really be
Hell yeah.
set. Because I want to cut out the thing about cutting out everything is people think like it can't be that easy. There has to be more. There has to be more. And it's like, bro, I can do that, but I want you profitable. I don't want to fill your head with stuff you don't need to worry about. But
Exactly.
we're gonna you already got the whole concept, and we're gonna do a sell one too, just so you understand sales. But I want to show you how really simplistic we can really make this, and I'll just continue on this one. So
Okay.
banks only trade on whole numbers. That is an important thing. Whole numbers. Whole numbers meaning like if I got this horizontal ray, which you don't need this horizontal ray, it's just a line. Uh, all it is just a line. I just put a line
Got you.
down just so I can click it, and I need whole numbers. So I would put 3, 5. Hold on. Let's just say whole numbers of 50. So let's clear this 950, and then boom, it moves this for you to the number you needed. Now you see this whole since it's on a whole number 950. I would rather have this drawdown. This is how I don't lose a lot of money. 6 pips of drawdown because I waited for it
Okay.
to hit a whole number. Banks don't trade. Oh, we're gonna trade 93,960. I can't. The thing about when you have so there, let's just say there's 100 banks. How does 100 banks get on the same page? Well, I can't send a text or a call or a group call saying, "Hey, hop in at 23,982,4983." It has to be a whole number to where it makes sense. Hey, we hopping in at 23,950. Everybody across the board got that versus crazy different numbers.
Yep.
That's why you're able to, when you see stuff like this, these big blocks, and I might be going over something. So certain things that I'm saying is real tips. It's just for me, I don't know that they're tips because I've been doing this so long. So really catch it because it could be something so important to where that I
Got
don't
you.
know, I don't think it's important, but for you, it'll be super important.
Okay.
So these big with these big candles like this lets me know this area right here got to be some type of importance because why is buyers and sellers fighting to go up and down and they don't know which one to do? Why is price and then this big old long wick, this long wick let me know that sellers tried to push down so hard as much as they could but they couldn't. There was too many buyers in the market. And since there's so many buyers in the market and I see that they pushed it up, that should let you know like sellers ain't really sellers here. There ain't nobody selling. That should
Yep.
that's you got to use a little common sense with the market. Like if I see all these candlesticks getting smaller, smaller, and smaller, that means we losing pressure. That's why this big red candle was able to do this because buyers were losing a little steam, they were losing pressure. So how do you get more money in the market to get it moving? That's where people start losing their accounts. That's when the market
Mm.
makers, let me think of a name to put it. Instead of me saying the government, instead of me saying market makers, instead of me saying institutions, because it's all of that. It's all of that money. It's the world's money, the bank's money. So I'm just going to say banks, just to flat out.
Okay.
So if banks are obviously there's sellers as banks and there's buyers as banks. They try to push it down, but they couldn't. This history repeats itself. History tells a story. History is how we do this. So this let me know ain't no sellers making moves or anything like that. Fine. I should only be looking at buys since I seen this. And we broke the chart down. So we know we're looking at buys. We broke the chart down. We can look at the candlesticks on paper and see that we're losing selling pressure. Okay, cool. So we're going up again. We got small red candles, so we're losing sellers. So we're all buys. Okay, I ain't gonna beat that horse anymore. We got it, we're buys. When you got candlesticks doing this up and down, that means people are fighting and they're trying to take out a bunch of accounts to bring up to build money. This is money. It's millions and billions of dollars all right here. So that means sitting over here has to be some big pressure. Some
Yeah.
big pressure right here. And if you have to question yourself, well, what am I gonna do? Buy or sell when it comes to this big pressure right here? Well, like we know buyers is in the market. So I'm not even
Mm,
going to put in my head of thinking about sales or anything. This is why I make all the beginners or anybody that's doing that I teach. I usually make them make that square that was bringing down the buy the chart breakdown, so they don't get confused when they're breaking this down and they're saying, "Oh, I don't know where I'm at. I got lost." That text box saves you a lot. It saves you. It's tedious and it's so small, but it helps you never have to question, am I in buys or sells?
yeah.
That's how when this popped out, when the price pushed up and it popped out and was doing all this, I knew I'm not gonna take no buys right here because the question might be, well, how'd you know not to buy up here? How'd you know not to buy up here? How'd you know not to buy up here? Because we are not chasing the market. Again, we don't make the market move. So
Exactly.
placing a buy right here, buy right here. I don't have no idea why I would buy right here. I only have a reason why I would buy right here because there's a lot of money pressure. I only have a reason to buy right here because look, it's a support area. I only have reason to buy right here is because look, we're in a whole number to where all I was waiting for was for the price to come back down. Now, if it
Yeah.
shot up, okay, it shot up. I lost out on that trade, but I'm not gonna break my system um for a guess. It doesn't make sense. I'm not gonna guess to buy. I'm only gonna trade a system. So if it came right here and it just shot up, well then I lost the trade. I mean not lost it, but I went without me. Cool. But look what happened without me being like greedy or selfish with the trade or not being patient or I waited and look to the T. I can't make it any more easier. You know what I mean? To the T, it just tapped. It just
Right
tapped
there, yeah.
all numbers, and that's when I'm gonna place my buy, and it works, and it
Yeah, that
works
was right on, brother.
right on. And I use Confluence. I have to have at least five things for me to place my trade. I need five things that make sense. And it's not things like, oh, let me take a guess or let me think about it doing this or what if it does this. No, five things that make sense to me and you. This makes sense that let me close all this off. Let me close all this off. This makes sense that when Price is doing this, it's not doing it just for, shits and giggles. It's not doing all this. It's trying to take people's money. It's trying to
Yeah.
anybody that's a buyer that was right here, all these little low hanging when price jumps down, that's putting them in drawdown so it takes their accounts. It blows their account. This is how prop firms and all that, how it blows accounts. All this is just trying to steal people's money when price because people only make money if price is going up and people only make money if price is going down. Either you're
And
selling,
that right there, sorry to interrupt. And that right there is when you said people lose their accounts, it's because the market is creating like manipulation, correct?
this is exactly what that is.
Okay.
Because there's no money being made going sideways. It can do go sideways forever, but there's no money being made. You
Yeah.
didn't go up with your price and you didn't go, and if you're in the sellers, you didn't go down. So who made money? Nobody. But it's
Yeah.
not doing this for nothing. Let's not think that like, oh, it's just prices just going sideways just for shits and giggles. No, they're stealing people's accounts. They're blowing accounts. This is accumulating. Let's just say if you were $1 billion right here and you need about 10 billion to start shooting up. Well, what are you gonna do? You're gonna manipulate the market to where you're gonna have that 10 billion about right here. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
After you done blew all these accounts of people buying and selling, buying and selling, buying and selling, losing money, losing money, losing money, you finally found out, hey, it's time. We got enough money. We broke enough money. And all the people that went down here and started selling and holding and selling, they lost. They're out of there. We got their money. It started shooting up small, small, small. Did its little work coming down, last manipulation. The reason obviously is because you saw where we only did the I don't want to get you confused, so that's why I try to keep this stuff up, but try to take it away because I don't want people to depend on oh, this is my entry. We gotta do it different. This is my entry for my whole number. So if we were up here and look at this, this is a perfect example of why everything isn't perfect, but you're gonna make your money. So you saw we did the whole number. You already know why we're in buys. You see your support. Take this off because you understand why we have this long rectangle because you know price isn't, it's not just moving sideways for shits and giggles, it's making money. So you
Yeah.
understand why that's there before I delete it. So we're gonna wait. If price was just right here, because obviously if it was just like right here, you will see like, okay, we have support. Because remember, we only buy on support. So since we have support right here, just act like all this isn't here. Since we have support right here, we're
Mm-hmm.
gonna say one candle, two candles, three candles, four candles. If five candles could not break this support, it got up and then came back to its support and it's still not breaking it. And mind you, when these wicks happen like that, that means this wick came all the way down here.
Yeah.
Why would the price shoot up and then sit right on this support? It doesn't make
Exactly.
sense. It's not gonna do it one time, two times, three times, four times, five times, six times. Even after it did the manipulation, it still price manipulated and stayed right there.
Yeah.
Manipulated, stayed right there. So one, two, three, four, five, six, bro. After six, seven, eight, 10 times of you seeing a candle on support, why would you not buy? You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
just want to get it out your head of why would you not buy?
Yeah.
There's no point
That's
of thinking of a sell.
for
You broke
sure.
everything down. That's how I trade and take my buys. Now let me break down a sell for you. So I don't only show you buys. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, that for sure does. That's pure proof in the pudding right there.
That's all I want pure because I don't want you to go off my word or the next man word. I want you to go off of this is price. This is I'm not making this. You know what I mean? I could
Yeah.
do all this. I could show all this weird. I could do this. You know what I mean? I could do all this top to bottom and all this stuff. But these are
I
all,
swear I would when I would back then when I was, watching other people, they would break it down like that. But I feel like when people break it down like that, it starts really throwing people off and confusing them.
yeah, because it's all. So look, you don't know how to really do a real fit because look, where you gonna put it right here? Where does somebody put it right here? Who's to say where to put it?
Exactly.
Like who's and anybody that could tell me where to put it, they don't know. I'm gonna look like you don't know where to put it. You don't know. So all that is
Yeah.
just BS. It
Exactly.
has to be BS. The only reason I'm saying because I've been doing this so damn long, it has to be BS, man. I've never used it. I've never
Yep.
needed it. I just broke the whole chart down when I didn't need none of this. All I showed you was some lines. And we
Yep.
really don't need that. I just don't want to do this without, I don't want to say this on Zoom and you don't know. So I have to
Yeah.
pull out all this. I have to pull out this but this is all I would need. And the only reason I need this to be blue, and I don't, but I advise you because you're beginning, so you know where your support is at.
Exactly.
I know where my support is at. I'm not looking nowhere else. I can go on. You can go to work. You can put this right here, and you can go to work, go on with your day, and all you gotta do is look at your phone every blue moon. because you're not chasing the market. You're not scared. You're not worried. You're waiting for price to come down back to this blue line. And once
Yeah.
it comes back to your support, it's not a question of should I buy. You know what I mean? Hit your buy, let it do its thing. You know how stop losses work, right?
Yeah, I was just gonna ask you about that, the stop loss and take profit. Essentially, what would you put it on for your stop loss?
Stop losses, I always keep between 10 and 15 points.
10 and 15? Okay.
10 and 15 points. The reason why is because, and this is something to where you're always gonna that's more of a you're always gonna you can make $1 million and you still gonna be like, where the hell am I gonna put my stop loss? Because it's $1 million. You know what I mean? No matter
Yeah,
how much money you have, low or big, what you willing to risk? It's your risk factor. What are you willing to risk before the turns around? I'm not risking
exactly.
more than 10. The reason
Yeah.
I'm not risking more than 10 or 15, and the reason I say 15 is because BS like this candle right here. You see that?
Yep.
This candle right here. The manipulation of BS like that is going to look, my 15 right there, that'll take me out. It'll take me out. But it was
Yeah,
just
that's
one.
that's
It was just one that took me out. So this whole thing would have never done that. It was just that one manipulation BS. That's why it's so hard for me to tell somebody, hey, do 10, 15, 20. I can't control manipulation, man.
exactly
I can't control that part. You know what I mean? Let me
for
show you
sure.
let me show you sales real quick. Let me show you sales. But I'm just making sure you like if everything's making pretty much sense, I don't want to confuse you.
Nah, bro, you're simplex, way more than all the other people that I've, watched and listened to. So for sure, I'm catching on way easier, brother.
Let me show you some more stuff to where it's just like it just fucking makes sense. My bad.
Exactly.
This right here. So I and this is just a buy that I could see in my face. And I could see a sell, but I just want to show you how wild to where it's like and if you open up any chart, let me get off NAS. So, I'm just not talking. I like to let the action do the talking instead of too much of me. So we're on gold. You obviously see all those buys. Let me show you this. Pull this up. You ever heard of something called the quarters theory?
Yeah, I have. Refresh my memory on what that is, if you can. No,
So the
really.
quarters theory is basically to where when you make on these lines, these numbers over here with price, quarters theory is like a 25-mile mark. So how I say like whole numbers, like
Mm-hmm.
um quarters theory is where let's just say this wasn't on 232. Let me make this. So this is the whole number, 50. That's a
Yep.
whole number. So obviously this worked for right here. Look how easy that is. Like whole number, simple. Quarters theory is where it's like 25, 50, 75, 100. So if you want, that's why this is 75. So it's not exactly at the whole number. It's just called quarters theory. It's just a quarter.
Got you. Okay.
You could have bought with the whole number and you could have bought with the quarters theory. Either or works regardless. Remember them whole, and not a lot of people know about them whole numbers, man. They people sleep on whole, like they don't even know about it. They don't even think about it or anything. They're still trying to figure out how to trade or do whatever, wherever. Bruh, you gotta think, how do banks trade? They're not trading looking at the market. They're not even looking at the charts. They're going off of, okay, what's the numbers at? Oh, the numbers are here.
Exactly.
All right, well, I'll put in my buy at this number, and you could take the sell out at this number. So they're not even looking at the chart. So what does that tell you? Go off numbers. You know, if they ain't
Exactly.
looking at the chart, what you know what I mean? So I'm gonna go off the numbers. I'm gonna put, but how do we make it easier for us with confluence? With, oh, this is doing, if price is doing this, if price made this big buy, that lets me know sales are dwindling down. Sales are dwindling. They're getting real weak. Just because price is like moving its way down, that's the bank's way of saying we made a lot of money shooting up here. I want to re-up. I want to make some more money. How we gonna do that? Well, shoot, everybody thinks we're buying anyway. So we gonna dwindle. We're gonna hit them with this. Oh, nope, still selling. Hit them with this. Oh, nope, still selling. Shoot down. Bro, it came right at our support. It came right to
Right
the
on.
little quarters theory, whole numbers. It came right. They ain't looking at no chart because they're just getting people. The people are looking at the chart, they're just getting them.
Yeah.
And we're not chasing the chart. Like I said, I'm not buying right here. I'm not buying right here. I'm not buying right here. I'm only buying where I put my support line because that's what banks are doing. Hey, man, wait till
Yeah.
you get to this price. I'm only waiting till I get to my price. And if I miss it, like, look, you see this itty bitty little, uh, this itty bitty little bit of, hold on. I grabbed the wrong thing. So because it didn't hit, oh, look. I'm over here too worried. So because it didn't hit my line just a little bit on this quarters theory, this is what I call a, oh, I missed my trade. Just because it didn't hit my line a little bit. But that's just me. I can say people, hey, take the trade all day. Take it. If you're right near it, take the trade. I could say that. But I don't want people just, just going off with that. I love touching my lines, touching my numbers right here.
Mm.
I love touch. When it touches it, it's just like a chef's kiss. You know what I mean? Like I need that
Yeah.
to complete the system versus look, it didn't even touch. And think about it like this. The banks, they don't have to touch their whole numbers because they're gonna make a lot of money. They're gonna make a lot of money and they're gonna be like, hey man, we got people that didn't wait for that whole number and we want to make some more money. So
Yeah.
how are we gonna do that? Well, let's just bring it right back down to right where we've been placing our buys. And like I said, I only want to buy where they are buying. So as soon as it touched our whole number, which everybody was waiting on, it took off.
Damn.
All that because we waited. All that because all this was right here. And that's why I'm not taking a buy right here. I'm not taking a buy right here because I don't know. Look how choppy it is. This is all
Exactly.
chop. That's chop. Like you're gonna blow your account looking at all this. It's just bigger chop. That's it. It's just a bigger chop, bigger manipulation.
And majority of that in that essence, they think that it's a sell.
Mm-hmm.
Got you.
So
And it just be
I'm only looking for the buy. Now let me get back to what I was gonna tell you. I just needed to show you that this works on any. I needed to show you. Let me open this up. That this is gold. We were on Nas. This works on anything. Any Doge, UJ, Bitcoin, XRP, any stock you want to name, anything you want to name on TradingView, it works for it all. Look, this is
got you.
XRP. XRP is really straight whole numbers. XRP and Bitcoin, I wouldn't even look at nothing else. Like, look, this is XRP, and we're gonna go down to. There was probably people that wanted this 4,000. I know that's what they wanted. People wanted this 4,000 whole number. They know if the bro, this is short sales. Boom. And I'll show you on the left side. This is the part where I get a little mad too when it's not that I miss my entry because I can't call it a miss. I can't call it a miss because if I start doing things where I start taking my sales and it didn't touch my line, then I feel like I'm gambling because I didn't listen to what I do. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I feel like I'm gambling because um that's the only way I know I'm good in my trade is when I touch my whole number lines. Because like we already explained for the other one, how it barely touched it and it still shot up, but it still
yeah,
came back down. So I like when it touches my line because it lets me know we're not doing this again. We're not coming back down. We're not doing no extra stuff. It's time to go.
it's for certain. Yeah,
So that's why let me show you. This is a perfect sale that you see. You see all this you could see that it's selling. You see all that sell, all that sell. It never even came up here. So there's no reason to even think about. I could break the whole chart down, put the buy daily sell, 4 hour sell, 30-minute sell, hour sell, but you already get all that down. If we broke this down, it'd be sales. So how are we gonna look? Where do we know where we're gonna sell at? We just look for our whole number, which we found 4,000. We look for our support. I mean, resistance, which we found right in this area. And we're only looking for sales. As soon as we're real comfortable, which we see, that makes sense, bro.
yeah. That thing looks crazy.
Yeah. But man, when you I don't know, man. I love this trading stuff. Once you could see the chart. If I broke open any chart, you feel like, man, I feel like I could do that.
Nah, yeah, for sure, bro.
Let me get out of. So I just showed you XR. I just needed to show you XRP and break that chart down for the sale so you could see. I don't know. Did I do XRP with you, or was this with another client, somebody else?
Somebody else.
Okay, so we broke this one down, and look, XRP is always open 24/7. I think Bitcoin is too, 24/7. And look, this was a chart that was broke down. None of this was here, and it played out. So now I need to tell that client, like, hey, I don't know if he's in it or still in it, but this is where we were looking at because well, shoot, I just broke it down with you while we took the buy right here. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
See this long buy? You see your whole support right here? It broke the small resistance. Where's our next? Broke this. This gets it all out the way that, okay, we're buying. We already broke down we know why we're buying. Support, shot up, support, support, support. If it shot up right here, I'm going to place my buy right here because this is my support. You already see let me put the whole number because I don't want to get away from that. Don't sleep on that. Don't sleep on that whole number, man. That's my bread,
got you.
bread and butter. Because
Okay,
that's where
okay.
you take your trade. You know what I mean? That's where I place enter. That's where I place
Yeah,
sell. Is that because if I did it anywhere, if I did it anywhere in here,
you never so you never ever it's always whole numbers when you place the trade.
yeah, always.
Okay,
But that's
got you.
why that's why I asked if you heard that quarters theory because that quarters theory is a real thing. It is a real thing. Like I showed you up there, how it can still teeter on that quarter on the number. The numbers just got to make sense. Don't make it to where it's like over here it's 2 9 3 8 4 8. Make it like 2 9 7 5. Quarters theory. But I use whole numbers.
Got you.
Just to
Okay.
make it not confusing, I use whole numbers. Here, I'll even show you right here. So let's break this. Look, if I drop it down to 50, quarters theory, boom. Make sense?
There it is. Yep.
So you can't say like you got some crazy drawdown. There you had not even one pip of drawdown, just some little bit. You know what I mean? And it shot up. And that's all that
Hmm.
low quarters theory. Look how far. That's why I say don't sleep on it. Don't sleep on just some random numbers. Like
Damn.
I'm gonna place my trade in a random number on a random price. People aren't thinking price. They're showing all those indicators and trend lines and all this weird stuff, man, that I'm not gonna ever explain to nobody because it's not no like look, somebody will say, oh, if you drew a trend line, it's gonna buy. It's like, yeah, but look, you know what I mean? If I put my buy in
Mhm.
right there, it would have took me out. There's a lot of
Yeah,
trend line
exactly.
stuff. There's a lot of trend line stuff that don't work. This don't work. You put your trend lines right here.
Yeah, that's true.
Like that stuff don't work. Look, if it bounce up, you use the trend line, you take your sell, like you're not even in the right direction. That's where I don't mess with the trend lines. I don't do all because it's not real. It's if you ask somebody, hey, put a trend line on the chart, all they're gonna do is just go off of these little side things right here. Huh. Hold on. Hold on. Go in the room with sister real quick. Okay, hold on, okay? Hold on. So none of them that's why I don't do nothing with trend lines.
Yeah.
Because
No, yeah,
nobody's
that's
gonna
for
know where to put
sure.
it.
Yeah, that's like for sure gonna throw you off. You just like you just said, it would bring you down.
Exactly. And it just throws off everything. Like we're just here for pure price action. Pure price action, pure market. Let me open all this up so you don't get all confused. Bust it open like that. We're on XRP. Yeah, bro, don't use trend lines. Don't even straight market structure and price. Market structure alone, I can go down a whole rabbit hole and make it that part confusing about market structure, but this is a way that I've made it super simple, uh, clear. Oh, this thing is in the way. You can clearly see, I'll just do it this way. You can clearly see that resistance broke. Resistance broke. This is our support. And we're just buying, bro. There's not even no more resistance. I can't even put a resistance somewhere besides way up here, but this is a whole buy. You know what I mean? I'm only going to be looking at buys because there's not even a resistance. You would call this a
That thing
resistance,
skyrocketed.
huh? Yeah, it just skyrocketed. That's what
That's,
I'm saying. Like I can't find a resistance.
were you in on this trade right here?
No, this was me, a client of mine.
Oh,
He
okay.
trades XRP, but I can break down any chart. That's why I could break buy. Okay, where
Yeah,
buys? All right, where's our support? All right, our support is right here. Mind you, this is a 4 hour, so all these are 4 hour clocks. I could make it like 30 minutes or an hour, and then you'll have a long thing of candles. All I needed was where's my support? Where's my support? And this is where he took his trade. That right here. That's how I helped him make his money with just waiting for because I think it was up here, and that's why we weren't taking the trade. How we had to break it down. Price was already up here, so I said, wait for your whole number right here, whole number, same as you. Wait for your support because you're not going to trade a buy if you're not on support. You buy low, sell high. So you're not going to buy up here. So you're going to wait till it gets down to your support and your whole number. And then this is where the trade was taken. And I haven't thought about this ever since. And look how far. This is why I don't worry about am I wrong in my trade. This is why I'm not stressed. This is why I can just take my trade and go on with my day, go on with my life, because I know I'm in the right direction. People are scared because they don't know if they're in the right direction or not. People are scared because they don't know where they're at. People are scared of being in the trade and not wanting to hold the trade is because they don't know where they're at. You know where you're at now. You know what I mean? You know where you're at. Hold on.
exactly.
You know
Yeah, for
exactly where you're
sure.
at. So I'm not scared. I'm not scared to hold this as a buy because I broke my chart down for a buy. I'm not scared to hold. This is 4 hours. So this is obviously 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Bro, you can hold this for a week. This is how position traders trade. This is how I'm showing people. This is how swing traders trade. You can hold this. I'm not holding for a month. That's just not me. I don't trade like that. I'm more of a like 4 or 5 days.
Yeah,
Let me get I want my money because I pay my bills with this, so I can't wait a month. I have to wait weeks, and I pull out.
exactly.
So every Friday I try to pull out, and this is literally I wasn't even gonna do pull up XRP with you, but this is a perfect example of why I hold my trade because I know where I'm at. I'm not scared. The chart was broken down. So there, once I place my buy on my support,
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm good. Okay, Kaylin, get an ice cream. That part makes sense.
Yeah, no, for sure.
What is
And
the
you said you don't the longest you hold it is for like a couple days.
the longest I hold is about so obviously I'm holding this trade over the weekend. So since I'm holding it over the weekend, I would have to say about 4 or 5 4 days, 3, 4, 5 days. It depends on the trade. It depends, am I in profit? You know what I mean? How low
Got
am
you.
I in profit? How high am I in profit? It's more of
Yeah,
something where you gonna feel it. Like, okay, I'm in a $400 or $500 profit right now. I don't want to pull that out. You know what I mean? I want it to grow a little bit more. And I need to see where am I at. All right, so I'll do exactly what I do.
exactly.
It's exactly what I would do. Let me get out of this XRP. I'm gonna show you exactly because it's just the trade I'm in. So I'm looking at this. This is something I do need to know. When am I gonna pull out? Let me clear all this up. Open this up. So I'm looking at we're still in long buys. This is what I would do. This is how I determine in my holding. I have no reason to sell. Like all these little sell candles are small. I'm in nothing but buys. So this isn't showing me anything on why I need to sell or pull out of my price. And this right here of the support is showing me like, hey, this is support. This is buys. This is an uptrend. All right, that's the daily. So for a longevity time, I don't got to worry about anything about sales. Let me draw down to the 4 hour. And this is strictly just me. Like I'm in this trade, so this is how I look at it. Okay, I'm on my 4 hour, so that means for 4 hours throughout the day, I should be looking at buys. Why? I see this buy going up right here, and I see that we are in support, and I see support, and I see that this is resistance down here, that where they were gonna sell, it just wasn't enough selling pressure. So it broke through, made buys, came for support, shot up. So I still see in the 4 hour, we're buying. Nothing but buying pressure. 30 minute. What do I see? I still see nothing but buying, and I see that the sellers tried to sell and they couldn't make it happen and broke through. Millions of reasons why. I'm gonna keep holding because now I still see another support formed. This is why I'm holding till Monday. This is exactly why I'm holding till Monday because
Yep.
I don't. There's no reason. Nothing tells me to sell. Nothing tells me to pull out. And to be honest with you, I would rather put another buy in again. Not right here, not up here because it's up here. I don't know if it's gonna shoot back down, but I know if I'm right here, if I was right here, I would be in profit. So I could have put in a trade again and be in profit because of right here. Because it touched my line, it touched my rectangle, and I'm pretty sure we are in. I put some money on it that we are in some type of whole number. Let me put the 50 or at least close to it. Oh, there it would have been buys right here. But it's all, bro, you see how close right it is right here?
Like right on the money.
Right on the money. Right on the money. So there's no reason for me. This was just my thought process for my trade, for my money. That's how I just broke this down, and there's no reason for me to sell. So if somebody told me, hey, are you gonna take your profit out or sell? I don't why? Why?
Exactly.
I'm gonna hold it. I don't have nothing that's telling me sales. I have nothing, not even a lick of nothing. So that's how people hold.
Got you. Okay.
For the demo for when you this is all recorded. So you're gonna I'm gonna send it to your email. So when you go over it again, it's gonna make more and more and more sense.
Thank you.
You have a pretty good figure of what you're doing, but as you seen this whole call, I used no indicators. Nothing. No BS,
Exactly.
no fluff, nothing. We don't even really need these lines. It just makes it easier to see what's going on. But
Yeah, no, it gives it a little bit more structure, and I
structure.
feel like these lines are more than enough. You know, it doesn't confuse me, it doesn't throw me off track. It keeps me more understanding to what's gonna be my resistance and my support. So yeah, thank you for that.
Yeah. Uh, them whole numbers, man. I promise you.
All
People forget about them.
numbers.
People forget about them whole numbers because that's the part where, oh, well, where
That
am I?
thing's enlarged in my brain.
Yeah, because it's if I ask you, okay, well, where are you gonna buy or where are you gonna sell? Oh, somebody, oh, I'm just gonna buy right here. Okay, at what price? You know what I mean? Like you can't be in business and say, I'm just gonna buy right here, sell right here. Okay, what price?
Exactly.
What price did you sell at? What price did you buy it? So people that I don't do signals ever. Um, one because I don't make the markets. I don't. So there's no way for me to be giving people signals, saying, "Hey, put your buy and sell right here, right now." Well, I could buy right here, and as soon as you buy, you probably bought up here. As soon as you saw the
Yeah.
text, or as soon as you saw the Discord or whatever everybody uses to promote signals, you're never gonna buy or sell when I do it, and you're never gonna pull it out when I do it. So you're gonna lose every single time depending on signals. This right here is just showing you how to do it yourself. And between me and you, bro, I never really told nobody this. I used to be thinking like, man, I just need signals and I can get rich. If I could find somebody that could just make this, just give me the signals, I'm good. This was my 1 to 2 year thought process until I was like, man, I'd rather be the plug and do this stuff myself. Like I really don't want nobody. I don't need nobody, and I don't want nobody else to tell me where to put my money and where to buy and where to sell and this then. And I'm not gonna be glued to my phone waiting for him to. Oh, he made a signal today. I'm not gonna do that. I'll rather be me by myself with nobody around, and it's me and my laptop, and I can make my money, pull my money, go to the bank, get my money. So I just broke.
Yep. You got the whole blueprint.
It took time though, but yes, this is it took time. It took time, but I took out all that indicators, I took out all the BS. This works. This compounds. This, let me show you how what compounding. If you bought right here, look how many opportunities. Never think that you're gonna miss an opportunity or be like, oh, I missed that setup or I missed that. Oh, it's the market. You're gonna always have a setup. You're gonna always have a setup. So look, I bought right here,
Yep.
close my profit. This is Monday. If I bought right here, because we have another support and another, we know it's a buy, and I close right here, let's just say that's Tuesday. This is how I compound. If I see another buy and I bought right here, that's Wednesday. This is how I get Monday through Friday wins and losses. Now they're not all wins. I don't win all the time, but I win more. I make my profits more, and I lose
Gotcha.
less. But this is how I'm compounding:
Okay.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and if this is buying still, and if I get some support right here, oh, you know what I'm gonna do. If candlesticks come up here and support is back right here,
For sure.
why not? So that would be Friday.
Exactly.
So that's how I compound. That's how I do it. I can't speak for the other people's trading. I don't even. This is how I make money. This is how I pay my bills.
Got you.
Let me
Exactly.
know. Let me know what you got. Let me know your questions.
For the most part, you're covering a lot. I just feel like for me to, I just need to